So I want all of you to join so that you can better appreciate this session, because this is all about solve with us. So if you're not solving with us, so then there is no point of this session, right? And
Yes.
so then it's better that you join here and then solve with us.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So go to this joinpd.com and use this code ZKNYDH. So as of now, you could have understood like there are 3 sessions, right? So this is like normal 3 sessions which always happen. So this is one session of which it's like solve with us. So we try to create
This
some
is my
questions,
first
or
session,
like this is your first session. Okay. So for your information, so it's like there are 3 sessions. So one is like activity session, another is called practice session or open session, and third is this thing, solve with us sessions. Okay. So in solve with us, you basically solve with us. The name itself says, right? So you will have to have your copy and a pen, and then you can actually solve with us, right? So that is something you can do. So I could see like at least 75 of you have joined, but I want all of you to join. So maybe you can join as the courses go on, right? So as we are going through the live session, you can still join this session. So that's fine. Yes, Varun, you want to say something?
Sir, what's the code?
So the code is here, ZKNYDH.
Sir, in the maths graded assignment, today the marks were allotted for graded assignment 1.
Okay.
Sir, for the last question, that cardinality was 50. I had it wrong, but it's giving me marks for that also. So is there bonus marks or something like that?
Could you share that with us? Maybe we will cut your marks thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt in graded assignment 1 for 1-2 question.
1-2 question. First question number 1 and 2.
No, total number
1-2
of
questions.
2.
Okay. Maybe we
Yeah.
can take up at the end if we have time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the session.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt from an activity assignment from week 1.
Okay. From week 1 you have doubt. So maybe we can take up some of the questions at the end. Okay.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
so
how-
should I put the screenshot in the Google Groups forum?
Oh no, yeah, put it in the Google group forum. Let's see like what is the concern. You can actually put that. We'll take up.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So how long this session will go on?
How will this session go on? Is it?
No, sir. How long does it take?
It'll go for maximum. We'll try to finish by 2 hours. 2 hours.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now let me start this session.
Sir?
And
This is a graded exercise.
It's not exactly, but yes, somewhat similar you can say. And you can see it's week 2 is like nothing. You need something, something very similar type, but for which you need a similar type question. I have created one. So, and other thing are like practice questions. So we can actually practice here, and these are different from what you have with your content. So basically all you have to do is you have to participate here, and the questions may or may not be unique to you, but you can still see this how it is, right? But you can appreciate this better once you're solving with me. Otherwise there's no point. You just can't listen to me, and then you'll get boring, and then you might drop out.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So all right, so let's start this class. And those who haven't joined yet, no need to worry, you can still join this. You can go to joinpd.com, and now here you can see at the top right corner the code is given, right? So that is something we can do. And so let's start our session. So my name is Vicky Kumar Sharma. I'm a maths coach instructor. So today we are going to do week 2 solve with us. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah. So this is basically this slide tells you about how to join this session. So it's more like, and also it tells you the rules, like what we will be doing here to participate in this session. So basically you can join here. You are joining through Zoom, so that is something you have already done. That's why you're in the session. And those who haven't, please join here. And then what we do is like, what I'll do is I'll give you a question, and then I'll give you like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, not 15 minutes, of course not. So we'll not give you that much time for sure, but we'll give you somewhat like 3 to 5 minutes to solve certain questions. And and then I might ask you to give me the answer. So maybe I'll ask you to raise your hand, and then you can, take a chance to explain this particular question. So that is something how we'll do, and we can also ask your approach. So I have one approach which I have written as a solution, and that I'll be discussing for sure. But if you have some any other way of solving that, that is also well appreciated here. So we can discuss that as well. So this is how the sample question look like for all those who haven't attended any session before. So you will see here a description of a problem. Then what is that question that you have to ask? And if you are using a desktop, then you can see here at the desktop mode, how will the answer box appear? And if you are using a mobile, then you can see at the top bottom on your screen. So on your basically at the bottom of your screen in your mobile. So this is how it is. So this is what a sample screenshot looks like. So you see, this is how it looks like. You will get to know when I present the sample question. So this is just a test problem. So answer the following. Okay, so it's just a simple. You can call this as a survey, or not a survey, but it's just how to participate here. It's just this. You don't have to submit anything. You just have to click on the icon, which you can see now on the screen. So the question is, it's not a question. You just have to choose any of this. I am a working professional. I'm a college or a school student. So you can choose among this. I have not given you any more options. Sorry, what?
Sir, can't edit the answers. Means it is saying no.
You actually can't. So
I can't enter A or B.
Yeah. So you just have to just select one. That's all. Okay. So I could see there is no response given. So please select any of these. Then I'll get to know like who has.
Here it's showing no answers were configured for this question.
Sorry, what?
There are no options.
Here no.
Yes, sir.
Are you shown as A or B? No,
sir. No.
Shown, sir.
No problem.
Showing, sir.
Yeah, I get it. I think it's not shown because I think it's not updated. The slide is not updated, so no problem. No worries about this. So maybe I can just skip this and go to the next problem, wherein you will be given an option to choose. I think now you can see there are 4 options on your screen. So can you see that? Right. So hereafter you can do this. So basically you have to select any of them from there, okay? And then we will able to see, or I will be able to see basically, and even I can show it to you guys what are the answers given by you. Okay.
Excuse me.
So now, yeah.
Sir, will this be available on the YouTube channel?
Yeah. This will be available in the YouTube, and I'll also share you the slides with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So see, the first question is, so as I told you, like I'll be giving you a question, then I'll give you some time for you to solve this. So you will appreciate this better once you're solving with me. So do that. Okay. So now here you can see 3 points are given. So point P, Q, and R, and its coordinates are given, right? And it says it is collinear. Okay. So now you have to identify the coordinates of point R, because the R point is not given. It's given as G, H, and that is something you have to find out. Okay. So, and one hint is given that these points are collinear. Now you have to identify the coordinates of the point R from the following. So now you just have to solve this. Maybe I'll give you 2 minutes to solve this, and then we can discuss this. Okay, so it's 8:08 right now. At 8:10 we'll discuss this. Done already. So yeah, I can see like 19 or 20 of you have already given response. But just for all those who can actually give the response will be. So those who are solving, no hurry, take 2 minutes and solve this. So one more thing, like we are like 260 plus, okay, but I could see only 167 of you have joined. I want all of you to join here, then only you will be able to participate as well as appreciate this better. So those who are still who don't know how to participate here, you can see here at the top right corner, it's shown how to participate, and it's written joinpd.com, right? So just Google this, joinpd.com, and use this code which is shown here at the top right corner, which is ZKNYDH, and then you'll be able to participate. And do not put your answers in the chat window, so that because this is something you are disturbing other.
Sir, just one question. Will there be a single answer or multiple answers to the question?
It may or may not have multiple answers. So
I think it's multiple answer.
okay, so those who have done, you can just wait. Okay, so even the time is done actually. So do any of you need some more time to solve this?
Sir, excuse me, sir, your
No,
voice
sir.
is too low, sir.
Okay, Jagdish, yeah, please go ahead. Wanted to say something, Jagdish?
No, sir, just your voice is too low. Just I want to say that.
Okay. Now it should be better, I guess.
Yes,
Is
yes,
it?
sir, it's fine now. It's fine now.
Okay. All right. So, will someone like to answer this? So, could you just raise your hand here so that I can, ask you guys here? Could you raise your hand so that I can pick at least one? So maybe who? Aditya Singh 78.
Yes, sir, I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, but it's kind of very low.
Am I audible, sir, right now?
Now it's better. Yeah, Aditya, could you tell me what is the approach for solving this question?
Well, actually, there is a formula for collinear, but that is slope is going to be same for the thrice coordinate P, Q, and R. So
Okay.
we can solve for PQ, like what is the slope, and we can get that it's a 2/1, and after that we can apply the formula and we can get for R. Like actually, we can usually simply we can solve, like we can pick the option from options and then we can subtract that from Q, like by 2 minus by 1 and x2 minus x1, and
Okay.
that's how we can solve it.
Okay, Aditya. So basically what you are doing here is you are finding the slope. Since 3 points are given, so you're using 2 points, like let's say PQ, and you're finding the slope, and that slope you're equating with, let's say QR, right? This is what you're doing, right? Because since it's a collinear line, so they lies on the same line, so the slope must be same. This is what your idea is, right?
Yes, sir. Slope are going to be same.
Okay, so do anybody else who have a different idea for solving this question?
Yes, sir.
I have.
Yes, sir.
Harshad?
Yes, sir. I have an idea, sir.
Yeah, tell me how.
Sir,
Sir.
just find
Yeah, Harshad. Yeah, Harshad, go ahead, Harshad.
Okay. Those 4 points lie on
Okay.
that line.
May I,
sir?
Okay, just a minute. I'll mute all and then Harshad can unmute yourself. Yeah, Harshad, go ahead.
So
Harshad?
find the equation of the line, then, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So with 2-point form, we can find the equation of the line, and then you can use that equation and then substitute each of the points and check if they lie on that line or not. If they lie on that line, then they are collinear, or else they aren't, right, sir?
Okay, even that is a right approach. You can do
Sir,
that as well.
So can I say?
Sir, there is also another approach, sir, that I have done with the slope, but I think as the points are collinear, if we find the area of the 3 points, it will come to 0 because it will not form a triangle. So
Right.
can be another approach.
So we got 3 approach. Okay, nice. So do any of you have any other approach?
Sir,
Can we plot this point and
0, then it is collinear.
Just a minute. Shrishti, yeah, please. Shrishti, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Can we plot all the 3 points, and as we can say, point -1 and -2 lies on the third coordinate, and 1 and 2 lies on the first coordinate. And then after watching all the options, only 2 and 4 satisfy the collinearity property of these 3 points, right?
But how by drawing on the Cartesian plane? You can see
only 2 and 4 lies. Let me complete it, please. Only only points 2 and 4 lie on the first coordinate, right? Other points like option D -2 and -4 do not satisfy the property of collinearity according to
Okay,
that.
so could you tell me like if this P and Q, so you are saying the P is in third quadrant and Q is in the first quadrant.
First quadrant.
So the
Okay.
options must be in which quadrant?
First quadrant, I think.
Why
No, it
can't
can
be
be
in
on
third
first
quadrant?
and fourth. It can be on first, on third, but the
You cannot
option
actually
which
say
are
that exactly, because you see this, it might vary. It's not actually the right approach, because you see you might have some point on third quadrant which is not lying on that line, right?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Right. So with that you cannot give the right answer. You might go wrong, right?
Okay.
PQ is equal to QR.
But this is one of the nice elimination method which you can say that yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But again that is a still problem, because you see that when it is in third quadrant it can pass through second quadrant and go to first quadrant, right? Even that can happen.
Okay.
Right?
Can I use section formula here?
Section formula can be
sir.
used.
I got it.
Right? Okay. Okay. So now let's see what are the answers for this. So
Sir,
let's.
Can I use section formula?
How will you use section formula?
Because here are 3 points. That means point R is dividing this line in a 2 part. I mean to n ratio. I'm not able to apply this formula here.
Yeah, but you need to have that ratio, no?
Yes, that's right.
But you don't have a ratio.
Okay. Yes.
Right? Yeah. So that should be one of the things to understand, that since the ratio is not given, then there must be some other approach to solving that, right? So there are 3 approaches, which I think Aditya and one more person told this. So yeah, we can actually use. Yeah, I think now let's discuss what I have to say, because I have taken your opinion. So now we can see that most of you are saying A and D as an answer, right? Option A and option D as the answer. So let's see what is the thing, right? Okay, so I think all of you are right. So here, since the point P, Q, and R are collinear, then their slope must be equal, right? So it's something like how Aditya told. So that is what even I have done. So the slope of PQ is equals to slope of QR. So what we did was, like, we first found out what is the slope of, let's say, PQ, and then, or let's say using this formula, so we found this relation, that is H is equals to 2G. So you can use this QR thing and then get this relation. So now once you get this relation, that is H is equals to 2G, all you have to do is just substitute this, right? So what is G here? So clearly you see this G is the X coordinate of R and H is the Y coordinate of R, right? So all you have to do is, from this option, if this is G, then naturally once you substitute this value to that equation, that is H is equals to 2G, right? It's twice the G, isn't it? So it should be twice. So 2 times this value is nothing but 4. So yes, this option satisfies that equation, and similarly it goes with D, and therefore that option should be right.
So this can be solved in much easier form also, sir. Like we have P and Q coordinates, right?
Yes.
So we can find the equation of the line. We'll get one equation.
You can do that as well. Take the equation of a line and substitute.
That will be lengthy. Sorry to interrupt, but that will be lengthy.
If we get 0, then
yeah, but you see that will be actually lengthy if you see, no? Because
Karthik, that would be lengthy.
Yeah, because you will have to substitute 4 times this coordinates to your equation and then solve it, right? That is one thing. Otherwise, you can simply get this equation and then you see H is twice the G, right? So you just have to see which is twice of this.
Yes.
A and D, that's all. Yeah. So we can do it.
Equation would be same, na sir. X y equal to 2x.
So
yeah,
diagram
exactly.
Of this problem is, can you draw the
Okay, so diagram I did not drew this. Maybe you can do it by yourself and check this, right? Because I think there are some other questions where I can actually discuss with you the diagram. Yeah. Any more question? Do you have any doubt here? No doubt?
Sir,
or
if you impose any restrictions on the value, then the options may differ. For example, you say the value should lie in the first quadrant only.
Yeah,
it should lie in the moving direction.
Right. So it depends on the question setter. So let's say if I want to specifically ask in the point lies in the third quadrant, then definitely I'll put some condition and ask. Yes, definitely that is doable. Okay. So now having known this and thinking that you understand, yes, one person. Maybe I'll mute you all and then one person can. Yeah, one person. Yes.
Yes, sir. So we can solve by using the triangle formula and
Yes, you can do that. Here, a publishing house purchases a printing machine for rupees 50,000. At the end of 5 years, the value of the machine is supposed to be rupees 10,000 only. If the loss in the value is assumed to be a linear, then what is the yearly loss of the value of machine? This is something you have to answer. Okay, so I'll give you, it's 8:20, so I'll give you till 8:22 maybe. So you want to solve this quickly because then only we can touch upon more questions.
So the slide doesn't change. PD.
Slide, sorry, what? Slide doesn't change what?
PD, join PD. Still in question 1, sir.
Change, sir.
Still in question. Is it?
No, sir. It's
No, sir, it's changed.
Okay, you see, you
Refresh the
just
site.
to refresh it. Try
Zoom
to
out.
refresh it.
Zoom out.
So try to solve this. I got already 50 responses. So I think like there are so, it's kind of very easy questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Week 2 is like, it's like that. It's the only thing is that
having little problem in week 3.
Your problem will start from not even week 3 but week 4, and there will be a lot of questions from week 4. So week 4 you should be prepared, and you should actually learn week 4, because thereafter week 5 and week 6 will again somewhat mix with week 4. So of course what I'm trying to say is, and even week 3 is important. All of these are important, but all I mean to say, the easiest of all the quizzes, all the weeks, is the week 2. I mean, as for me and as for so many students I have seen. Okay, so I could see like 115, 16 of you have responded out of 225, but I can still see there are so many who haven't joined the session yet. Though who are here still, just simply, like you have to participate here, then you will be able to appreciate this better. Okay, so do any of you need some more time?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Okay, so maybe we can discuss this. So you can raise your hand, those who want to discuss this problem. Okay, Aditya, I think I asked you all. I mean, you were given this chance, so maybe I can ask someone else. Maybe Sai.
Yes, sir. The answer is
Yes, Sai.
C, sir. Option C.
Option C. Okay, Sai, could you tell me how did you get option C?
Because, sir, it took 5 years where the value changes from sorry.
Excuse me,
Right,
sir.
right. Yeah.
My name is Chaitanya.
Yeah, Chaitanya.
I have told in simple way.
Okay.
This machine is purchased in before 5 years.
Okay.
So that 5 divided by 50 is equal to 10.
Okay.
That in that way, so many people get C answer.
Answer as 10. Yeah, right.
Yes,
I know.
maybe
Yes, I know that, Chaitanya. Thanks for telling that. So yeah, Sai, could you tell me? Like what should be the right approach, or maybe I can assist you out. See, because you see, Sai, what is happening here is at the end of 5 years, the value of the machine is 10,000, right? So I think eventually what you would have done is like 50,000 divided by 5. Is it? This is what you have done.
Yes, sir. That was a mistake.
Why did you do that?
Sir, I misunderstood the question, sir.
Okay, no problem. So you see this, when it was like, when the after 5 years the value of the machine was being 0, then you could have done that, right? But what it says, like After it was the value of the machine was 50,000, but it has been reduced to 10,000. But in how many years? 5 years, right? So you should do a 50 minus 50,000 minus 10,000, right?
Okay, sir.
You understood, Sai, how is this happening?
Yes, sir, I understood, sir.
Okay, can you explain it how? Why is that we are doing that minus?
So because if the value of the machine gets 0 in 5 years, my approach was correct, sir.
Right.
But
since yeah, go ahead.
So, but the question is that within 5 years, the value gets to rupees 10,000 only, sir. So my answer is wrong, sir.
So you should subtract that 10,000 value,
Yes,
right?
yes, sir.
Right?
We should subtract, sir.
Okay. So let's see what are the
Sir,
popular response. So size, yeah.
Sir, how to form the equation? Basically, I have
Yes. We'll go with that. I'll discuss that for sure. I'll discuss.
Yes.
But let's see what are the answers. So 132. So even after me and Sai having discussion, you did not change the answer. So I can still see that many, but it's okay. I believe that all of you are very honest. So let's say but still most
Hello,
of you
sir.
have given
Sir,
answers.
where I can put the answer?
Yeah, Narayanan. So what you have to do is I don't know whether you have participated through this, like joinpd.com. Did you do that?
No, sir. Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, go to that and then use that code which you can see on the top right corner. Okay, and then you'll be able to participate. Okay. So now let's see here how we can solve this. You see this, let y represents the value of machine and x represents the number of years after purchasing the machine, right? So when x is 0, the value of machine is what? 50,000. I am at step 2. Okay. So basically, when the machine was purchased, we are considering that as x equals to 0 because that is when we are buying it. Now, after 5 years, that is when x is equals to 5, the value of the machine turns out to be 10. Right? So now what happens is, what will be the yearly loss of the machine is basically the slope, right? This is what we will be doing, right? So what we'll be doing, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, right? So eventually when I was discussing to Sai, I was not telling him that how did we get this, right? So how did we basically what I told Sai was like all you have to do is just subtract that and divide by 5. But the whole intention was we were actually finding slope, right, Sai?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is the whole thing we were doing. But intuitively we did this. We did not talk of the concept of slope, but that is what we did, right? So that is what when that is something what yearly loss in a linear fashion is happening, right? So when you do this, it happens to be 8,000. All right. So do any of you have doubts?
Sir, sir,
I have
one
done it differently.
simple doubt, sir.
Okay, let me complete this. Let me complete this. Then I think I'll take up your doubt. One more question. What will be the equation to find the value of a machine for any particular year? Can anybody tell me that equation verbally or put it in the chat window?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's 10K is equal to 50K minus 5x.
Minus 5x.
For me.
Yes.
Okay, put it. Okay, so instead of saying verbally, just put it in the chat window. Let me see. What will be the equation to find the value of a machine for any particular year? Okay. Okay. Karthikeya. Yes.
Please show me the previous note. The question slide.
You want to know what is the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just show you the question maybe. Yeah. So, but just give me a minute. I'll just discuss this, then I'll show you the question, and then we can. Yeah. So you see this. I think most of you are giving answer as y is equals to what? What did you write? Yeah. But initially I was getting some wrong answer. So I feel that you are facing difficulty how to represent this in an equation form, right? So you see this, the answer is y is equals to 50,000 minus 8,000x. Because you see this, 8,000 is the slope, right? So slope times x plus this value, right?
Sir,
Sir, can you repeat it once more? I could not understand the equation.
Okay, so what is this happening is, you see this, we got 2 points. You see this is 1 point, this is another point, right?
Yes, sir.
And all we have to do is now we have to frame the equation out of this point. So you know this formula, 2-point form, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So that is one thing. Or you can use point slope form. That is also you can use. So what I'm doing is, since point slope form is easy once I have the slope. So I have found out the slope is something 8,000, but it is actually not 8,000, it is minus 8,000, right?
Yes,
that
sir.
is what you get when you find this slope.
Sir.
So since it is minus 8,000, now let me just complete this. You can use any of these points. Now this is a slope. Now you can use this point, that is 0, 50,000, and
Yes,
get
sir.
the equation. That's it.
Okay, sir, then just one thing, if it was not said in the equation that the value is decreasing in a linear form, actually when I was solving the problem, sir, I subtracted 50,000 from 10,000, got 40,000 and divide by the number of years and got the answer as 8,000. So I was just asking, if it was not mentioned that the value has decreased in a linear fashion, I think I could not have divide 40,000 by 5.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're definitely right on that. Yes. So I hope you understood this, how to get the equation. Do any of you have doubt here in getting the equation?
Sir, one thing.
Sir, once we have slope, 8,000, we can also use this 0.5 and 10,000.
You can use either this or
Either
this,
this or this.
make sure you use the same pair. It shouldn't be like, the other one, right? You use the same. All right. Yeah. So here somebody asked me that question. So here is the question. So you can just see this, or maybe it is too late to see now. You can, if you haven't solved this, you can actually solve this afterwards. So that's also okay. All right. So maybe we can.
Sir, I have a question here, sir.
Okay, tell me.
The slope is negative 8,000. How to interpret this one, sir?
You see this, first of all, you are telling it is a loss. So loss is something, when you say, how do you interpret this? When you get this 80,000 and it says it's minus, so it says that it's some kind of decrementing, right? As the x increases.
Okay.
That's how you say that it's a kind of loss, right?
Okay.
And therefore you say loss what? Then it is some numerical value. You don't say minus 8,000, but the loss is positive 8,000. That's what you say.
Graphically, how do you depict this one, sir?
So it will be graphically this. You mean to say what will be the graph for this?
On a graph, yeah, on a graph sheet.
Graph, you can see. Could you tell me what will be the y-intercept when you're drawing the graph for this?
Y-intercept would be
50,000, right? And slope will be something like minus 800x. So which is going to be very sharp decline, right?
Yeah, very sharp.
Very sharp decline, but depends on x. When x is your years.
All right. All right. Thank you.
If x is in the months, then it will be again. It depends on what axis you take.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, one small doubt on this.
Yes, Naveen, please go ahead.
Sir, the only thing is while selecting the y and like representing y and x, we took the years as x and the cost of the machine as y. Is there any particular approach that we should be selecting for the questions that we want to solve? Why did you, basically what I'm asking is why the number of years you have taken the x? Like, I know nothing will change if I interchange x and y, but why did you take x as number of years and y as the cost? Is there any specific?
That's what the whole intention is, to solve this question first of all, right? Okay. So then if that is the case, then how do we approach this, right? So this is one way of doing it, right? So if you are to ask why did you choose this, because this is one of the way for solving it, and this is something you should also learn for solving these kind of questions. See, basically it's kind of something, like how do we it's the basic mathematics when we learn when we are in school or something. You say 5 plus 4 is 10, so you learned that rule. Okay, 5 plus 4 is 10, so you count on fingers and whatnot, right? Eventually the numbers increases, right? So when you give 123 plus some 900 and some 45 or something, then what you need some method for solving this, right?
Okay, sir.
Right. So you do. This is what similar to like that, right?
No, sir. I understood your point, sir. But what I was asking is, since we are going to use y is equal to mx plus c, and the question is asking what would be the value of the machine after 5 years. So we would want a value of y. So that is the reason you have kept y as the cost and x as that is the reason, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is basically a graphical representation of a normal algebraic expression. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, you can, but this is just an equation. I did not show you the graph, but yes, this is
I mean,
what.
we are representing it in a line intercept form,
Right,
slope
right,
intercept
right,
form.
right.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I just wanted to know, I have what equation that I have told was y is equal to 50k minus 5x. So what it will represent? That means 50,000 minus 5x. So what? Yes, minus
But
5x.
how did you get
What
that
it will
5?
represent?
What? How did you get even that
It is
5?
no, five times the means in 5 years.
But x indicates years, no?
Yes.
Right. So
So at
you are
the end, I have just means it is for the question number 1, not for the second one.
okay. So, but I'll understand this only, no, for second one. So anyhow, for second question you're asking, yeah, over here itself, like the second question. So I do understand, but how do you even get it? Because you see, equation of a line is represented with what? Let's say y is equals to mx plus c, where m is nothing but your slope, right? So what essentially you are doing is you are deliberately giving answer your slope to be 5, but and then you're asking me like how is that makes sense, that 5 makes sense, right? So that is something an error, I would say, rather, right? It does not make sense because you see that m is nothing but the slope, and slope is something you get by this y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, right?
Yes.
Right. So that is how you should interpret. Yeah.
So actually, my y was 10,000. My y was 10,000 in the initial question. It was said at the end the value becomes 10,000, right? So I put the y is equal to 10,000, and then 50,000 minus 5 times the value of yearly rate is x.
Yeah. So though
That
though
way,
equations will satisfy for that particular thing, but that's not the right equation. All you have to do is you just have to just put a thought more on this and try to solve this again. I think you will get it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the next question. Now here things becomes interesting as we go. So here question 3.1. So we have 3 sections on this. So the coordinates of point A, B, C are shown in the figure. Suppose the slope of the line L2 is 2 and D is the point of intersections of line L1 and L2. Which of the following statements are correct? So maybe I'll give you 4 minutes for solving this question. So at 8:41, maybe we can discuss this. So try solving this. So those who haven't joined yet, please join this session. It's for you, and you will benefit once you are participating with us, right? And those who don't know still how to join, you have to go to joinpd.com. Just Google that, joinpd.com, and use that code ZKNYDH. Do not give any space, and then you'll be able to participate. It's not even late right now because we have many questions to discuss. Even if it is a single question left, you can still participate here. Yes.
So from my side, joint PD is not responding.
All you have to do is just search this joinpd.com in the Google. It should come. Joinpd.com. It came, is it?
Yes, sir.
And when you go to the first icon, it will ask for you for enter the code. So just enter the code. The code you can see here at top right corner, right? I think the maximum participant can come 300. So all 300 of you, 300 is full now. So at least those who are here participate. Oh, I can see like 50 response already. Nice. It's good that like so many people are doing the questions very quickly and picked up the speed soon. Good.
So we have to
Yes,
click
sir.
submit button or just
Just select it. That's all. No need to.
Okay, sir.
Done, sir.
Done. Good. So maybe we'll wait for time so that we can finish it.
Sir, can you give a hint for this question, sir?
Okay, I'll give you the hint. So you see this, here L1 and L2, you can see, sorry, L1 and L2 are intersecting. And where is it intersecting?
At point D.
At point D. And where does that D lies? On x-axis or y-axis?
The y-axis.
Y-axis. If it is on y-axis, then what is the value of x?
0.
0. Now, did you get any hint?
Yes, sir. We already got the answer.
No. I know those who have already got, but those who are struggling, did you get any clue? Okay, still, if not still, then you see this, there are some more things that you can do here. Here L2, here the slope of L2 is given, right? Slope of L2 is given and a point is given. Then what can you do with that? Can you get the equation of line L2?
Yes, sir.
If you can do, then what?
Yes, sir.
Does L2 passes through D?
Yeah.
Right? Now this is more than I'm giving you a step for solving this. So maybe I'll not ask you guys to give me the answer, because okay, maybe I can ask you. You can give me some different approach maybe. Or I don't think so, like any other approach should be there. Maybe symmetry of triangle somebody will be thinking, but again that cannot be done, I guess. Yes. Yeah. We'll wait for another 2 minutes and then we can start discussing this. So let's see. Someone 46 of you have given responses till now, but not everybody is participating. At least there are some 50 of you who haven't joined here. So I request all of you not to post your answers or options in the chat window, because that will be disturbing others. So put it here in the peer deck. Let's take the response from there. So do any of you need some more time to solve this?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Maybe I'll give you another 1 minute.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes. I'll give you another 1 minute.
Sir, is only one answer acceptable? Means
you can give any number of options.
No, there was only acceptance of one option. So
only one option.
Okay, so maybe then one option is correct. Yeah, I can see that it's just one option being right. So let's see which option is it.
So one thing I want to ask,
yes.
like how much we have to spend time on these type of questions?
These kind of questions?
Like as you're saying, you are giving 1 more minute. That's why I'm asking, like how much time we have to spend on these questions?
As I would say, maximum it's doable in like 2 minutes or something. Maximum, you should try to finish it in 2 minutes.
Sir, what would be the exam criteria? Okay, there would be
exam will discuss. Don't worry about. Sorry, exam what?
In exam there would be multiple choice questions and usually competitive exams.
You will not have MCQ type questions. but you will have MSQ type question, multiple select questions and NAT questions, numerical answer type. So by now you would have understood if it is multiple select questions. So even if you select one incorrect options, you will get 0 marks, right?
Yes, sir.
So you should smartly choose options.
Sir, just one question for that NAT question. Will there be multiple answers or a single answer?
NAT is numerical answer type. So if there are multiple answers, let's say you get some answers like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, suppose, then we might ask you enter a single answer. That's all. You just have to enter any of answers.
Oh, so sir, that NAT question means when there is a question, there are no options. We are inserting the answer. Those type of questions.
There are an option. I mean, you will have an option to insert the answer.
No. I'm saying, sir, for NAT question means we don't have direct options. That means we have to.
You don't have options. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I just confused with the multiple select. So in sir, I'm just asking, sir, while in the graded assignments, when there are check boxes, that means more than one answers will be correct.
Correct.
Okay.
It may even happen that there is one option correct. It may even happen that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just that means when
yes,
there are
yes,
check
yes,
boxes.
yes. You're
okay.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So both are actually difficult to do because MSQ, even if you select one options, incorrect option, then you will lose marks. I mean, you will get 0 marks. There is no negative marking, as you know that. And in NAT, that is numerical answer type, there are infinite ways of making error, right? Even if you get the answer, you might tend to give some incorrect answers, right? So there are infinite ways of doing error. So all you have to do is practice. That is what you can do. All right. So let's see what are the popular responses for this. And whoa, look at this distribution. It's like A, B, C. It's almost, almost
Like
same.
50, 20, 25,
It's only
25.
D. Oh, great.
One word.
So now
So
this is.
can I explain this?
Okay. Yes. Please go ahead. Tell me.
Yes, sir. So for finding L2,
What's your good name?
Form.
What is your good name? What? Lakshmi? Yes, Lakshmi. Yes, Lakshmi. Please go ahead.
So for finding L2, we need to use 2-point form. And that is y.
2-point form? But you don't have another point.
With slope form.
Slope point
That
form.
is m equal to
right.
2 and b is equal to minus 2.5, 1.
Right.
That is y minus y1 is equal to m of x minus x1. We get an equation that is 2x minus y plus 6. Now we need to find L1. So to find L1, we know that.
Okay, why do you want to? Okay, you want to find L1. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. To find L1, we need to find D point. So D is lying on y-axis, so x will be 0. We know that if two lines are intersecting each other, we can substitute one value in other. That is, since D is x value is 0, we can substitute in L2 to get y. So I got 0,6 as D. So after getting 0,6 and c is equal to 5,1, I've used 2-point form to find L1 to see if they are perpendicular or parallel to L2.
Okay,
but
perfect.
then, yes, sir. But then equation of L1 is x plus y is equal to 6. So the other options are actually not satisfying.
Okay.
So my answer is B, sir.
Your answer is B.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and okay.
Sir, can I do like that?
Thanks, Lakshmi. That is really nice approach, and I think even I have discussed in a similar way. Yes, now you can please talk. Yes.
Sir, suppose coordinate of point of D is x and y. Here x is 0 and y is y. And slope of the line L2 is 2. After that, we put in the formula m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x2. Here we get the point. Here I get the y coordinate, and that point D coordinate is 0 and 5.5. Like
you can do that as well. You can do that as well.
Sir, can I explain?
You can use that slope form and get the y coordinate of D. Yes, you can do that as well.
Hello, sir.
Sir, can I?
Sir, can I tell my approach?
Tell me, please.
Sir, what I did, I just simply find out.
What's your good name? What's your good name?
Sir, Eknath, sir.
Sorry, what?
Eknath Madi. Eknath.
Eknath. Okay, Eknath Madi. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, what I did, I just find out the equation of L2 by the slope point form.
Okay.
Then I just go for the option number 1, so that if D lies on the L2, so it should satisfy the equation of
Okay,
L2.
even that is
point
fine.
0 and 5, it's not satisfying. So I went for option B, that is x plus y equal to 6. So that if the C is lying on a L1, so that point of the C satisfies the equation of the x plus y equal to 6. So option B is correct. And if option B is correct, so we get the equation of L1 and L2, so that we can get the M1 and M2.
Okay, I'll mute you all, then you can unmute yourself, okay?
Okay, sir. So
Eknath,
that I got
just a minute, Eknath. I'll mute all first, then you can unmute and speak. Please go ahead now.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Eknath, please. Yes.
Okay. Sir, for the option B, I got the option B is correct, so that I got the equation of L1 and L2. Simply, I got the slopes of the both lines, so that there are the two conditions for parallel, M1 equal to M2, which is not satisfying, and by the observation, we can tell that L1 and L2 are not parallel.
Don't go with observation, will fool you in exam.
It's very simple to tell that they are not.
No, but this parallel thing you can say, right? Parallel thing, it's definitely, but perpendicular thing will play around.
But perpendicular, we get the two equations, M1 and M2. We can simply M1 into M2 equal to -1, which is not satisfying. So option C also is not correct. So remaining option B is correct.
Okay, but how did you get M1 and M2?
Sir, I told you that for option B, x plus y equal to 6. Okay, and which is the equation of L1 as it is saying, and we have the point C on the L1. If C satisfies the equation that is given in option 2.
Okay, so from option B you got the slope of line L1, but what about L2?
Yes.
Without finding D, how did you get?
Sir, L2.
Okay, sorry,
L2
L2 is already given,
point
right?
form.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay, perfectly right. Yes. So you see why we are asking you this is because you tell your approach so that even others can hear this and they can actually use this in their exams or something. So you see, basically what Eknath has to do was like he did not even find D in fact, right? Right, Eknath?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you got the answer, but that is also one of the way of doing it. But all you have to understand from your peer here is like from friends and colleagues that how they actually approach a question, right? Now this is very important. Like when you have a question, one person says I can do it in this way, another person says I can do it in this way, and this is where you lie and you can analyze this. Okay, if this is one method, this is another method, this is third, fourth, fifth method, which is the best one, right? That is something you can do, and this is what even we do in machine learning, right? I mean, as you go further, well, that's fine. So thanks, Eknath. That is really nice way of doing it, and thanks, Lakshmi, as well. See, even she told it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes.
For finding the L2, the equation of L2, we are going to put the slope point from, isn't it, sir?
Right.
And for L1, we are going to find like the point D.
That's what you will do. You see first.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Or should I just discuss the solution, because I know what you are trying to say is something what I have done. So maybe I can just discuss that. Okay. So all those who are waiting for me and what you are saying is somewhat similar. So you see this first thing, what we have to do is first find out L2. I'm doing Lakshmi's method here, I would say. So what did Lakshmi do was even she did it this way, and Eknath did it in a different way. So that is also well appreciated. So you see here in L2, we are first finding out L2, and how is that done? Because the slope is given and the slope, a point is given and a slope is given. So we can use this point slope form and get the equation. So we get some equations like this: y is equals to 2x plus 6, right? So now once we get this, that's our equation of L2. Now we have to find the coordinates of D. So how can you do? So as I was giving you a hint in the very beginning saying that this D lies on the y-axis, that means what is the x coordinate? The x coordinate is 0. So what we can do is we can just put that x value over there, and substitute and see. So what do you see? That you get it as 0. So
Y
you
is
get
equal
the
to
point B as 0, 6, right? So
Correct.
this is
Sir.
something. So so let me just complete this, then I'll take up your doubt. Okay.
Sir,
So now you see
someone in
this,
the
we got the equation. What? Someone in the what?
Someone in the chat is trying to scam us, sir. He has sent a link of a WhatsApp group saying that it is a group for qualifiers.
Okay, so you see, I want to tell to every one of you, I think somebody is doing a prank or like what, some kind of spam or something. So do not join any of these groups or do not click on any of these links. I don't know why they are doing this. Maybe I'm just going to figure out this and we are going to take a strict action on those who have joined this. Okay, because those who have joined, we have the login credential of them and we know how to make them up, right? So for time being, you don't join any of these links, just stay on with me over here. Okay, don't click on any other links, it's just this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. So,
Yes,
all
sir.
right, so let's start with our session. So what we just found out our L2 and we also find out the coordinates of D. Okay, so now what left? We had something with option L1, so we had to find out L1. Now look at this L1, look at this figure. Now don't you think this passes through D and C? So now we have 2 points. So now using 2-point form, can we find out L1? Yes, we can do that, right? So this is what we have done here as well. So you see this, first of all, finding the equation of L1. So as I told, it passes through D and A. D and A. So sorry, I think it's a typo here. It should be C here. It passes through D and C. And once we know that it passes through D and C, we can use this 2-point form to get the answer. And then we get this slope as something, we get the L1 as y is equals to minus x plus 6. Now you see this, the slope of line L1 is nothing but minus 1, right? Because you can see here, y is equals to minus x plus 6. So you don't have to go with this minus 1, right? So, sorry, you have to go with this. So you get the slope M2 as minus 1. And we know that the slope of L2 is given as what? 2. So we know that when two lines are perpendicular, when M1 times M2 is nothing but minus 1. So when you substitute this M1 and M2, and you turns out to get minus 2, which is actually not minus 1, and therefore this is not perpendicular, right? And when two lines are parallel, when the slope of both the lines are equal, right? Then we say that the slopes are parallel. So only option B was correct, but what all of you have given answer? Option A, 60 of you, option B, 60 of you, option C, 60 of you. And there was someone with option D as well. I think at least there were 3 who gave answer as D also. Looking at figures, they told it like, the intersecting line as a parallel line. So they must go with the, first, the very basic thing. So now I hope you understood. Do you have any doubts in this particular question?
Sir, can you please repeat that? How can we get the point D? Can you please repeat it again?
So how can we get this point D is something here. So you see this, first of all, you know how to get line L2. You got that? Yes,
sir.
know something? Yes, you
Yes,
got
sir.
to know that. Now you see this L2 passes through this D, right? What is the coordinate of D? 0, something, right? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How did we get that 0?
Yes.
Because it's lying
Yes,
on the
sir.
y-axis, right?
Because
So
it's,
once you
yeah.
substitute that x value as 0, because that's nothing but when you write 0, how do you represent a point? It's x comma y, right? So when the x value is 0, what is its corresponding y value? Just put it in the equation, you get that. Clear?
Sir, how did we get the line L2?
How did we get the line L2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see this.
Sir, can I explain, sir?
L2 is something you will get it. Okay, I'll just tell it because it's not a very big thing. I mean, if you have been going through this. So you see this L2, the slope was already given. Okay, and L2 passes through what? Does it passes through B?
B. Yes, sir.
B. So you
Yes.
know the
B
slope
and
and you know the point. So
Yes, sir.
which formula will you apply to get the slope of, equation of line L2?
2-point
slope.
Point slope form. So I would recommend you to watch. Yeah,
Yes,
I would
sir.
recommend you to watch those videos like the one sir has taught, or at least just go with the formulas, because once you know that, then you can easily do these problems. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Please go ahead. Till then, for others, the question 3.2 is here.
Sir,
I want to clear question too.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I am Vivek. I have created the group just to.
Okay, you created this
that
WhatsApp group, is it, Vivek?
Yes, I have created just to interact with the fellow members, not to spam or anything else, sir.
Okay, Vivek. See, actually, in the previous session of statistics, there was someone who was spamming around, creating some, some links, which was directing them somewhere else at unwanted sites or something. So this is not acceptable. But since we understand this, your motive was different here, so it's okay, no problem. But do not post it today, I would say, because I think there is someone who is actually, doing this kind of mischief stuff. Okay. Okay, Vivek.
Okay, sir. Just I want to clear. Yeah, sir. I just want to clear my point. That's why.
Okay,
I'm
Vivek.
not spamming.
All right. No problem.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Prachi, 1 minute. Yeah, please unmute and speak. Till then, others do solve this. Maybe I'll give you some 4 minutes maybe to solve this. Yes, Prachi only. Prachi, you are the one, or somebody else was asking?
Hello. Sorry, I got muted.
Yeah, Prachi. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, can you take a question related to SAE, SSC or something?
Yeah,
Means
I have 2 questions to discuss. I know that that is the only difficult part in week 2, so I thought like let's discuss.
Yeah, and because the question in graded assignment, I means personally, I am finding it very difficult.
Okay, no problem. And that will be SSC, which will be actually disturbing.
So what is SSC?
SSC is some squared error. Yeah.
Yes.
So
what question we are actually looking is a bit easy than the graded assignment questions means. So means as compared to the qualifier, I guess that level has been increased now. In terms of the difficulty of the questions, is it so, sir?
I didn't get you.
Means I was saying is like in the qualifier we had the same syllabus, right? But the difficulty of the questions has been increased for this semester, means for the same.
Okay, so you're a term student, is it?
No, I am in term 1 only. But I'm just saying.
Okay, the difficulty has increased.
Yeah.
Slowly, yeah, it does happen sometimes, and sometimes it's kind of easy question also.
Okay. But for maths, it's like okay, maybe.
So no need to worry, because this is not at all difficult. You will have more difficulty coming up. So I would say that so be prepared for this. Be strong from beginning. Don't lose hope here. Like. But all I want to tell you was like, like it's just that you have to be prepared. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And since it's a graded, we can make tough, and of course even the quiz will be tough. It's not easy, so it goes parallelly, so don't worry about it. Things will be smooth, but all I want to tell you is be with us. If you are with us, I mean, we can actually help you out.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
So
I have a question.
One thing I want to ask.
I hope all of you are solving this question first.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I'm done with
Because I could see it's already 2 minutes past and only
Done,
16
sir.
of you have solved this.
Sir,
By
I'm
now
done
I
with
would say. So
sir,
those who haven't done, take another 2 minutes and try to solve this. Now please tell me. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask, like, is qualifier and term students get the same paper for maths?
Same paper, same time, everything. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, everything same.
As I'm term 2 student, and I want to know, is that difficulty level is same or different?
It's somewhat same. It won't be more difficult or something. It's somewhat same. Yeah. The question paper is already made and it has gone with the TCS and all. So I know that. Yes. So
Yes,
it's fine.
1 month before it will be.
Yeah.
So, like
even before this started, we have the question paper ready. Yes.
So, like, is our paper term 2 students and qualified students be joining the same meeting. Is that like
Everything will be same.
okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So those who will pass the qualifier, so not the term student, but the qualifier students, those who will pass, they will continue with you. So they'll become one among us. I mean, all of us are one among us only, but all I meant to say was like you will qualify and get into the, as a first term batch. So that's how it goes. So one quick question to all of you who are present: is someone coming to campus for this fest, which is going to happen, Paradox Fest?
Sir, we
My
want
friends
to,
are coming.
but I want to, but I'm not coming.
Sir, what about accommodation, sir?
Sir, will it be
Here,
organized?
accommodation is in the hostel, but okay, I think I shouldn't have asked this question. But all I meant to say was like, I just wanted to know if anybody from term student, because I don't think so. The qualifier students have been
Yes, sir.
given anything
Qualifier are
about
not allowed.
any
I just want
notification
to
about
ask
this, but it's the term students. I mean, yeah. Okay, so just a minute. So we'll take up all that questions at the
you
end.
will
Let's
have
focus
these
here
type of
because
sessions. You will have
when
these type of sessions more also.
these kind of
That
sessions in the sense, call with us.
I mean that campus coming to campus sessions.
Yes. Once you are a term student, I think it is going to happen every year. So it's like your cultural as well as
Yes, sir.
technical
So
fest.
we will have to wait one more year.
Sir, next
Yeah.
time when
Sir,
it
is
will
it not going to happen for qualifier students?
I mean, not immediately because this is something they had been planning for a long even before you enrolled for this program. So they didn't know about you guys. So it's like always the qualifier students will not be, but certainly yes, after few months you will be able to. All that can happen. All right, so maybe we can discuss
Okay,
that
all
at
right,
end
sir.
and let's focus on our study. Maybe I
Sir,
should have not asked you right away.
Sir, are they planning for
Yeah.
sir? Are they planning for master degree of this course? Sir?
Master degree as of now, no, but certainly BTech degree we are thinking about, but not right now.
Sir,
Sir, you
All
you
right,
may
so
have one
yes,
question.
please.
I have one
Maybe I'll
question.
mute you all, and now it will be totally maths questions, nothing more. Okay.
Okay, sir.
We will just, because I could see only 80 of you have given response, and it's already 6 minutes past. That means
Sir, I have
you are
maths
actually
question.
paying attention to what we are
done,
talking. So
sir.
maybe I'll
Done.
mute everyone and then I'll give you a proper time to solve this. So do any of you need time for solving this?
No, no, sir.
Do any of you, anybody else?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need time. Sir.
Okay. Okay, take time. Take 1 more minute.
Just 1 minute. Sir.
Sir, I have a maths question.
Okay.
Sir, can you give the
I'll mute you all first. Yeah, Gitanjali, maybe we can just wait for another minute and then we can actually go to the next question. Yes. I think we spent a lot of time here, somewhat like 7 minutes for this question. So yes, let's see what are the popular responses for this. I could see most of you giving answer as 2, but let's see how do we get this. Maybe I myself will discuss your solution because we have already discussed. It's my fault only that I asked you some questions, but it's okay. The coordinates over here, the question says the coordinates of point A, B, C, which is something shown in the figure, and it's the same data. Suppose the ratio of the area of a triangle ABC to the area of triangle DBC is k is to 1, find the value of k. So all you have to do was find the area of ABC and find the area of DBC, right? So for finding DBC, you must know the coordinate of DBC, right? So that is very much essential here. So I think Eknath who should have found this D coordinate because he did not wanted to find out D coordinate. So yeah, you would have got this now. So anyhow,
I'm going to find.
all right. So now what you have found it out, all you have to do is find out the area of ABC and find out the area of DBC and just divide them and get the value of k. This is what you have done. So you know that area of triangle is what? Half of x1 times y2 minus y3. So you know the formula and it's modulus of that. So once you get this, then you find the area of triangle ABC is 33.75. And then area of triangle DBC is nothing but 18.75. Likewise, right? And then you have to find the value of k. Then what do? You just divide them by ABC, area of a triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DBC, which is nothing but k by 1, right? So when you solve this, it happens to be that k is equals to 1.8. Right?
Sir, can you show again how D was found?
Sir, I think I am
The
getting.
D
How
is
D was
found in
found?
previous question.
No, that is something you will see back again after when the slides is given, or like after the,
Sir,
you
I
can
have
see it in the YouTube also.
Sir,
Because
I
I
am
think we
getting
discussed that
K as
extensively.
2.5.
Sir, can you explain Eknath's approach again?
What approach?
Eknath's approach.
Sorry,
How
which
did he
maths?
find
I
without?
didn't get.
No, how did he find the previous question? How did he find the answer without finding the point D?
D is already found out.
D is already found out. In the
0,
previous
6.
question, he found out D.
Yeah,
it
we
was
found
0,6.
Yes, sir. But in the previous question, how to find the answer without calculating D?
But we found out. Okay, how do you found the other option without finding D? Is it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so maybe I'll recommend you to watch this video again, because again I think Ekant have to discuss that, right, Ekant? Eknath, sorry, not Ekant.
Sir, without using this large formula, is there any short way to do that? Because
I don't think so. There is any short way, but
there
it's
is half
just
the
this
hatch,
that you have to
right?
find out the area.
So why
Sir,
Is
sir,
there any other? Yeah.
Sir, I am getting K as 2.5.
One person. I'll mute you all, then unmute.
Sir,
first mute. Yeah.
Hello, sir. I am getting K as 2.5.
A as 2.5.
And I did not apply this formula.
Then how did you get?
I applied half-way side formula. Means
You do it in any possible way. You just have to find out the area. You will still get it, because I have done this. I did not break my head using this triangle formula. I just used that what you are saying it. But of course, since this is something you have to practice, that is why this is given. So for you, you have to practice for sure, because this is something you have to learn. That's why this has been given.
no, sir, I know this formula, but
Again, when you do it with the triangle formula, you'll get it.
Calculation is pretty tedious.
Calculation mistakes will be there for sure.
But
Maybe when you have this calculation error, what you can do is, I would suggest that take a snap or take a screenshot of it, or just take a photo of it, upload it in a discourse or forum. We can take up from there, right? We can do that. Like individual questions, we can actually, this is actually, we appreciate it. Like when you're solving something and then you come up with some error in some calculation error, and then you ask your peer, or like we ourselves, looking into this and giving you answers. That is what forum is for. Okay. Actually, a very big question. Right?
Sir, if we use half of base into height,
you can do that. You can do that.
Then height of triangle ABC is 10 and triangle DBC is 6. So 10 by 6 is 1.66.
Then?
So the height of the triangle
So even I got the
9,
same
because
thing.
you have to subtract it from the.
So when the base of two triangles
So it
is
is
same,
actually 9 because the triangle is not actually at x-axis and it is 1 unit above it. So.
So that is where they are going wrong, I guess, because you don't have to take this as a 6. You see this, right? You have to take it as 5. And here the height will be 9 for ABC. I don't know if you got that. You got it?
Yep, got it.
Yeah. All right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, so just a minute. So this is your question number 3. Same question, everything same. Now here you have to consider a new line, that is L3, okay, that passes through the point A and is parallel to the x-axis. What will be the area of the region enclosed by the lines L1, L2, and L3? Now this is again, time-taking problem. It's not really, but you try solving this. Okay. Yes. Now tell me, what is your doubt?
Sir, I cannot find this PPT of week 1 on the portal. Where can I find it?
Of week 1, it is available in Solve with Us. You go with there is some icon, no? Like resources from instructors. When you go there, you get some 5-6 options, and there you will find the solve with the slides, and then you can click on there and then okay. Okay, nice. So you finally solved that and you got the answer right. So that's perfect. Okay, so let's see for this 3.3. I'll give you another. Yeah, so it's already time is running. So maybe I can give you 3 more minutes. We can discuss this.
Hello, sir.
You got it -1,4 for D. No, you will not get this really. You check. You might be doing some calculation error. Yes. Yes. Who is this?
Yes, sir. In a triangle, we have 3 points, A, B, and C. How can we assume that x1 is B, A, x1 is B, x2 is B, x3 is C?
I didn't get you. Can you come again?
Sir, you should try anti-clockwise.
Acha, you are asking that one. Okay, so you can just give it. Yeah, you give it in an order and then use your formula.
Sir, I did that math, but I don't know I did it right here. I complete that math. I already
Oh, you
completed.
Which
The
one?
third
Which
part.
question?
Third part.
Third part
The
you
area.
completed already. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, then we can wait for.
Okay.
So do you have any queries or like, oh, you want to discuss the
No,
answer, is it?
yeah, I don't know. Am I right or not? So can I ask? Can I tell you what I
Okay,
have
you
done?
can just wait for another 1 minute and then you can tell me. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we discuss this? Do you need some more time?
2 more minutes,
1 minute,
please.
sir. 1 minute, sir.
Okay.
Sir, meanwhile, can I ask one question?
Yes.
For example, we have an equation like x plus y equal to 0 and x plus y equal to 3. So in this case, are they going to collide? Because they are parallel to each other. So how can they collide?
So they will not collide. I mean, they are not collinear rather.
Or will they
Right?
overlap each other or something like that?
They are parallel lines. They are not overlapping lines. They are parallel lines.
Okay.
Because you see that C value is different, isn't it? For one, the C is 0, for other is C is 5 or 3, something like that, right? Or -3 maybe.
So can you give us a
I had that.
Sorry, what?
I only
can
had
you
that residual query that C should be
Sir,
separating.
Maybe I'll mute
L1,
you all
L2,
and then only you can speak. Yes. Done. Okay. Speak now. Tell me what is that you
Sir,
were
do
asking.
L1, L2 touches L3, sir? Like, do they do, sir?
Both of them touches. So L3 passes through A and definitely it touches L1 and L2.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have a question here, sir.
Okay.
The point D BC is forming a triangle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's another triangle which is inverted on the and meeting at the point D. So it's like an hourglass.
Okay.
Can you imagine that? So now we know the height of the triangle DBC
Okay.
and the height of the other triangle which is inverted to be at a ratio that we solved earlier. Is that approach
Okay.
right, sir? Can we find out the area on the ratio basis?
Area of what?
Area of the required triangle L1, L2, L3. That the one which
Okay.
is
The other thing what you told, I think I could not imagine that. Could you just tell me again the other triangle which you were telling, which was on
DBC,
its
sir.
base?
DBC, sir.
One is DBC.
Yeah.
One
And
is
the
DBC, and another, which one you were telling?
another triangle is formed by L1,
Okay, let's say for
and a
DBC the
parallel.
base is BC.
BC, yes, sir.
Okay, let's say for for
We
triangle
have
DBC, BC is the base. For
base.
other triangle, what is the base?
Base is the
Sorry.
inverted the line which is line which is passing through A
இந்த
and
கொஸ்டின் முடியறதுக்குள்ள சொல்லு ஒண்ணு எனக்கு கரெக்டா
Okay.
வந்திருக்குது உனக்கு
Okay.
வேணும்னா
Just
ஏதாவது
a minute.
சொல்லிட்டு
I'll
போ.
mute.
ஏதோ ஒண்ணு கொடு, ஒரு
திரும்ப
100 ரூபாய்க்குள்ள முடி உனக்கு எழுதுற எனக்கு ஒரு ஏதாவது
Now unmute. Now unmute yourself. Enter. Okay. The other one is like triangle D, and somewhere which is intersecting the line L3 and L1 and L2, right? So that triangle.
yes, sir. That smaller triangle is actually ratiometric with the triangle DBC.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
In that way, utilizing the previous ratio that we got,
But okay.
can we calculate the smaller triangle's area?
But what is the theorem you're using behind it?
I mean, I'm utilizing the ratio uh, of point D, uh, cutting the y-axis at a certain ratio, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm using
You
the
can actually do this, but
height of the
what I'm
triangle,
thinking. Uh-huh.
height of the triangle DBC is at an
Okay.
predefined is at an evaluated ratio of the triangle L1 point D L2 and the line which is parallel to x-axis which is cutting L1 and L2 uh, via point A.
You can say this, but I could not recollect as if now I would say that.
So
I
I'll
don't
try
know
to
if
put
you
this
can
on the
use that thing here.
I'll try to put this on the forum, sir. So please.
Yeah, please do so. Maybe we can look into that. Yes, definitely.
So, uh,
But yeah,
pictorial.
I think
So,
we can use some kind of symmetry here. But I'm not able to recollect what is that thing which we can do. Yeah.
No, but the base is different for both the triangles.
yeah,
That's what even I was thinking, because that is something in school we learned, right? Because when the base is same and then you're using that ratio is something else. But I don't know which theorem is this, or maybe I forgot or something. But let me look into this. You can put it in the forum though. We'll look after that.
Sure.
Okay, but let's see.
Sir,
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thanks for bringing it.
Can I discuss
Okay.
the answer?
Ha. Please go ahead. What is your good
So
name?
Kajori Shaka. Kajori.
Okay, Kajori. Okay, Kajori. So could you just wait for a minute? Let's see what are the popular responses for this. Okay, and then we can. So most of you are telling answer as 221. Yeah. Or 12.
No, sir,
Even
12.
12 is answer. 221 is also answer. Let's see what is that. Yeah. Please go ahead, Kajori. Yeah.
I was thinking this line is passing through 0, 10, and this is parallel to BC. That means the aim of this line will be 0, right?
Parallel to x-axis means the equation of
L3.
parallel is
Hello.
What is the equation of L3? Kajuri, can you tell me?
Y equal to 10.
Equation is x plus y minus 6 and another one is y equal to 2x plus 6.
That is different. I'm asking what is the equation of line L3?
I did it y equal to 10.
Y is equal to 10. So now you got it. Now all you have to do is substitute this in another two equations, right?
So that
This is
so
what
one
you
is
do?
x equal to 4, one x equal to 6. This is the point. One is
Okay,
6,
so let's
10
see
and
that.
one is 4, 10. Minus,
Okay, so this is
minus
what
4,
you
10.
got?
Yes. I'm just trying to say that only.
Okay.
So am I right or not? That's the mark.
Okay, then.
In my color.
You are perfectly right. Yes.
Okay. Now we have to just find that area of the triangle.
All right. Yes.
Thank
Sir,
you.
I've done
Sir,
till
can
y is
I
equal to
state
10.
my
But sir, I've done till y is equal to 10. I find the
I say
equation
my
of
approach. It
this
is similar to
L3.
what
Okay, so now let me tell the solution how it is done. So then we can talk about this. Okay. So now
Okay,
you
sir.
see this.
I
This
did
question
it.
was given and okay, perfectly right. So let me just complete this and then I can take up your notes. Okay. Or I can discuss your approach, right? So one approach was something I didn't know. Maybe he told me that he'll put it in the forum. Maybe we'll see there. And now let's discuss this, how I have done it. So you see this, find the equation of line L3. Now first we have to find out the equation of line L3 and then we can find out the intersection of other two pairs, right? I mean, take the other two lines as a pair and then solve it, like find the intersection first, right? So first, how do you find the line L3? Because you see this, it says it is parallel to x-axis or line or parallel to BC. In fact, the BC is parallel to x-axis, so it's the slope is 0. So therefore, the equation of line L3 is going to be y is equals to 10. And how do we get this?
Because
point slope formula.
Point slope form, yeah. Because the slope is 0 and
the point to A
point
is
slope
given.
forms is 0,
But
10
it's a
and you can use
constant.
that.
It's a constant.
Exactly.
The line
Exactly.
is at the same.
Right. So
And
you
that's
can
why it's
use it
parallel.
anyways. Now let me just complete it. So one thing we'll keep it in our mind. Whenever I'm speaking, let me complete this and then you can speak. Okay. So there is again typo here. I've written step 1 again. Have repeated it. So no problem. So let's see here. Now we got the line L3 and we find that y is equals to 10. Now if you want to find out the interest (4, 10). Okay. And if you want to find out the intersection of the line L3 and L1, and how do you do that then? Basically, you find the intersections again. How do you do that? You can do it by substitutions and you find that the point Q in fact is nothing but 2, 10. So it's a typo here. I think I'll have to correct this in step 3. It has to be Q, not P. Okay. Now we found out what is P, Q, and D. Once we know these 3 coordinates, all we have to do is just find out this area, and you know that using the triangle formula, we can actually get this area. Yes. Now tell me what is your doubt here.
So,
And I'm
Sir,
solving
can you
in
please
this
start?
12 and I
Sir,
think
can you please explain step 2 and 3?
explain this.
Once explain it 2 and 3. Step 2 and 3.
Okay.
2 and 3 can you?
Okay.
I didn't
Step
hear
2,
you, sir.
I get it. So let's go with step 2. So in step 2, what we are doing is, you see in step 2, over here, step 2, right? So we found out the equation of line L3. Now once we know L3, how do you get the intersection of two lines? How do you get intersection of two lines? You do either by substitution or you do it what? By elimination, right? So all you can simply do is substitute this y is equals to 10 in your L1 equation. So you have already found this L1 in your previous question, that is 3.1 or 3.1. So you can use that and substitute it here to get the point P. Similarly, you can do for Q and you can get the coordinates. Okay. And once you get the coordinates, then all you have to do is substitute in that to get the answer. Okay. Now, shall we go to the next problem?
So, miss, I had a doubt. Can I? Sir, it was miss related to both question number 2 and question number 3. So the line means which is passing from axis, that D line. So is it perpendicular? Because in this question I used it as a perpendicular and then solved by half base into height, and I got the answer in question 2 and question 3. So my question was like how to identify that it will be perpendicular or not.
Which one?
Like so
Which
like here the line.
Which lines
So
are
D,
perpendicular?
AD,
D is
AD line.
not a line. D is a point. AD. Okay,
So
AD. You are
AD.
telling. AD is perpendicular to what?
So to BC and to the above line.
Of course, it is no.
So means like how to find that it will be perpendicular or not.
Okay, so you see
By
this
slope.
BC. One is by slope, but look at the geometry here. BC is parallel to x-axis, and you know that. Do you agree that x-axis and y-axis are perpendicular to each other?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Okay, yes.
BC is parallel to x-axis. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now these things. Now look at this AD. AD lies on the y-axis.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Understood, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
So now let's go to the next problem. That is question number 4.
Sir, in the meantime, can I ask a question based on the previous? They can move ahead, sir.
Previous this one.
Yeah, this questions are you got the equation in step 1 y is equal to 10. Sir, what is the correct answer? Is this 2? 2 is the area. What is the
No. The answer is 12.
Okay, sir. I think I have messed up somewhere. I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
you. Okay. So now here in question 4 is very easy question. A line is represented by a line 7y plus 8x is equals to 56. If a mirror image is taken with respect to y-axis, a new line is formed. Okay. What will be the equation of new line? So now here there is some mirror which is taken with respect to y-axis. So all you have to do here is just imagine that y-axis is the mirror, and now you project your line and get the equation of that line. Right? So I hope this is okay, and I want all of you to solve this question. Okay, sure. You can drop now. If you want to drop, you can see this session. You can actually join this session as per your convenience. That's not a problem. So all those who, all you have to do is, first of all, I will advise you to draw this line on your sheet, on your XY plane, and then just imagine y-axis is your mirror. If y-axis is the mirror, what changes? That is something you know. In the hint, it is given only the sign of x coordinate changes when y-axis is the mirror. Right? If that is the case, then what is the equation of new line? So shall we discuss the solution? Do any of you need some more time?
No, sir.
Okay, a minute.
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so let's see what are the popular responses at least. Okay, so all of you who are giving your answers in the chat window, please do not do so. Okay, so most of you are giving answer as B, some of you are telling as C, and some of you are giving as B. let's see what is the answer for this. Okay, so let's discuss this then, right? So maybe I myself will discuss here and I will not let you discuss first. So first of all, we have been given an equation of line that is 7y plus 8x, which is equals to 56. So now if I want to plot this line, I will just try to bring it in an intercept form. That is y by a plus y by b is equals to 1, where a is nothing but x-intercept and b is nothing but y-intercept, right? So once I do this, then you get this, this what is this 8, 7 and 8, right? Yeah, so you get this blue color line, that is 7y plus 8x is equals to 56, is that blue color line what you see in this.
Sir, I missed to.
So you missed something, so it's fine.
Sir, I missed
so
to.
no problem, you
answers.
can. Okay, you missed to put answers, that's okay, no problem. That's okay, no problem. So now you see this, yeah. So now you see this blue color thing is basically the given line, and now you have to find out its mirror. And I was telling you that since y-axis is the mirror, what is going to change? Its reflection. Only the x, the sign of x coordinate changes, right? Yeah. So when it was 7,0, so this turns out to be minus 7,0, right? Because it's just because y-axis is your mirror, right? So just try to imagine this. So once this is happening, but what about this point that is 0,8? That's not going to change because that is exactly on the mirror, right? Right? I hope you can imagine this. So if that is the case, now we have the 2 points again, which is 0,8 and minus 7,0. Now you see this. This is again in which form? Intercept form. So now we can again use this intercept form, or you can use 2-point form to get the equation of this mirror image line, right? So you can use 2.4 or you can use it in intercept form also. So once you use them, then you get this equation of line as y is equals to 8 by 7x plus 8, right? Which is something shown in the brown color. So this was very straightforward question. So maybe we can go to the next question.
Sir,
yes.
I have just one
question, sir. Yes, so one small doubt. Actually, sir, I'm just asking. I have taken the help of the hint, and as they have only asked to change the sign of x coordinates, so I have done it like 7y minus 8x is equal to 56, and I have taken only y and found the answer. So suppose in exam, sir, will I always follow this approach, or it is always better to draw the line that you have shown?
It is better to draw the line, I would say.
Yes, sir, even I follow the same approach, sir. I found the answer in a seconds, but will it be wrong in the exam for some of the problems, sir?
Yeah, it might go wrong also, no? Because you see here it was directly intercept form was given, so it is kind of easy to interpret that. Okay.
Okay, sir, one doubt on this question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
tell me.
Yes, sir, you said this mirror. So can I assume the slope will be perpendicular for these two lines? Is that assumption correct or wrong, sir?
No, that's not correct.
It's not correct. In this particular,
Sir, I didn't.
In this
sir,
particular,
I didn't draw graphs.
So using these, using these numbers, it is perpendicular, but need not be all the time. Okay, sir. Okay.
Even if you did not draw the graph, that is also okay. But you just have to imagine that actually.
Yeah, I imagined, but I didn't.
No problem. But drawing this graph would actually solve some of the problem. At least will not be on our brain, but it's on the paper, and you can actually think of it in a more.
Yes, whenever you draw,
way,
we can
say.
easily see the cut of the x-axis easily.
You can.
Yes, I just
it depends on the practice. That's okay. Okay.
Sir, can I ask?
So I don't know if I should.
It is not related to the problem, sir. Actually, it's related to Desmos graphic, sir. I'm able to put points, but I couldn't able to draw the line. How to draw the line in Desmos, sir?
It's very simple. So, okay, maybe.
Do you have any other guide or
you can see here?
I referred. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm following.
You just have to put coordinates.
Okay. Graph calculator.
Okay, so let it load. I don't know, some late problem here,
okay.
But it's all right. So it's just that you have to substitute. I mean, y is equals to, let's say, 2x plus 5,
Oh,
you get the graph. It's just
okay. We have to give
it's that
the
simple.
equations. After
Yes,
plotting the
yes.
points, we couldn't draw the lines, sir.
You can do that. You have to just explore that a bit. It's just this, you just point this
It was
and
discussed
then
in
you
previous
create the
session. You
point.
can watch it.
Yeah, you can do that. All right, so let's go to the next question. Yes, I hope you can see this, or maybe I can skip this question if you, or do you want me to solve this? Should I skip it and bring you to the SSC problem if you want?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you solve this question
Yes, sir.
number 5? Because I'll share you this slide with you. Okay, you can, because I want to discuss specifically SSC problems in more elaborate manner. So you can actually solve this. I think it's a doable question. Okay. You can actually
Show the
solve this
question so that we can
but
take
this
a
question is
screenshot.
940 only.
Sir, can you
We'll
just
share
show
you
the
these slides.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want, I can still share you this question, but I'll share you these slides with you. Okay, I hope you took the photo. This question is actually nice. You can practice. A lot of concepts will get clear. Okay, so again, this question 6 is of similar type, which I think you can practice. Okay, so I can just skip this as well. Similar type in the sense it's just this intercept form, and some kind of, it's very easy to understand this question, particular question. Okay, so now let's go with this SSC problem.
So should we use Desmos for these questions?
No. I would say, see, you are not allowed to use Desmos in your exam, right?
Okay.
Desmos is for self-practice and for visualization. That's all.
Okay.
It's just that whatever you drew in your paper, is it right? Is it the same thing or not? That is something you reconfirm from there. Okay. Because Desmos will not be provided in your exam, or like GeoGebra or any other online tool. So it's better that you do this practice on the paper. Okay. So what is SSC and what is it used for? Somebody tell me, at least one of you.
The SSC stands for
Sir, sum squared error.
Okay.
I know what
Harsh. Okay, Shubham, at least Shubham, you tell me what is this SSC?
Sir, I just know sum squared error.
Pratyush. Okay. What is it used for?
It's used to find the least value, sir. Minimum
Least
value.
value.
The least and best value.
Best line.
Minimum value close to
best
line.
fit for line.
Best fit curve.
Best fit line curve.
All right. Maybe I can ask just one people randomly, and then that should suffice the need. So all right. So what is SSC? SSC is, we all know, we know what it is, right? So it's a squared sum error or some squared error. Some of you say this, that, it's okay. And how is this calculated? You know the formula, that is summation of 1 to n, where n is basically the entry number. That's all. Yi minus mxi plus c, the whole square. Okay, and that is when you solve this, you get something like this expressions. Okay, so yi is nothing but the actual value, and this mxi plus c is the predicted value. Now it is used to calculate the best fit for the given data. Okay, what is it used for? It is used to calculate the best fit. So it's basically, let's say you have been given a set of data, and now let's say and now you have to, let's say you did a scatter plot of this. Okay, and now you are choosing which line, or let's say that scatter plot shows that a linear fit can give you can actually fit those data. So now you have to choose which linear fit will actually fit that data. Linear fit in the sense which linear line actually fits that data. So how do you identify that? So that is also done accordingly. So what you do is you basically find this SSC value, and you use this slope, like various slope. So whatever, let's say some 4 slopes are given, so basically we'll give you slope this time, and you have to find out which is the best fit. And how do you do this? So you basically solve using this SSC formula, and you find out whichever gives you the least value, that is the best fit. Okay, so now the next question, can SSC be negative? I'll ask 2 person randomly. I'll ask you someone, maybe Anil, are you here? Anil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anil.
Yes.
Could you tell me, can SSC be negative?
No, sir.
Why?
It's a squared, sir.
Yes, exactly. It's just because SSC is some squared error, because you see every value will be squared, right? So even if it is negative, it will be squared, right? And therefore SSC value will never be negative, right? Thanks, Anil. You can mute yourself. Yes. So no SSC will be, it's never going to be a negative because the list value is going to be 0 here, because, okay. So I hope you understood why it is 0, because when you are getting the best fit, you get the 0. Okay. So now let's, a quick question to all of you. Given below are 3 SSC value, which among the following value will depict the best fit? Okay, so now you have to choose the option. 4, 5, 8.
4.
4.
4.
4, sir.
4, sir. The least,
Oh.
the
You
least
can
one we
give
have to
answer
choose.
4, sir.
does the
Exactly. So among the SSC value, whichever gives you the least value, that indicates that model is the best. Okay. So I know some of you might be wondering, what is this I'm talking about? What is this model? What is this predicted values? What is this actual value? Okay. So do not worry. Even if you're having those doubts, they get all clear in this particular question. So when do we say, a best fit in general? So all of you agree with me that whenever the predicted value is actually equals to the actual value, at that point you find that SSC is 0, and then you say that this is the best fit. Now you see this, let's say you can see here the points like -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Now let's
Yes,
say this
sir.
points was given to you. Okay. And now I have given you, let's say 5 equations. Okay. And then you find out SSC value. And then you find out SSC value for different of them. And then you actually find out there is one model which is giving you SSC equals to 0. This indicates that these all points exactly lies on that line. In other ways, this line is the best fit for all those points. Best fit in the sense they exactly lie on that line. Right? This is what it means. All right.
Sir,
So
model is the given function, right?
Right. So model equation is something we will be giving you, and then we will be asking you, is this model the best model? So how do you do it? You find the SSC value. Okay. Okay.
I have a
Okay.
doubt.
So having known that, you see this, there is a question. Let's say I'll just explain you this. What is this basically? An experiment is performed in an ideal condition to find out the velocity of a particle obeying the equation S is equals to Vt. So here it is similar to y is equals to mx. C is 0. Okay. This S is equals to Vt, indicating what? Y is equals to mx plus C, where C is 0. I hope you get this. Where S is nothing but distance traveled inside the labeled glass tube of a particle which is uniform velocity v, which is measured. I know there is a lot of physics here. I mean, physics term is being spoken here. Do not worry about this. Consider just this as the variable. That's all. Where S is your y axis, v is your m, and t is your x. That's all. Okay. Is measured with respect to the time taken. Now, data collected by repeating the experiment 5 times is shown in the below table. So you see this. S is equals to Vt. S is something. So you just imagine there is a particle which is moving with velocity v. Okay, maybe I can just speak it in still more layman ways. Now let's imagine a ball. Okay, with respect to some time, or it is traveling with certain velocity v, certain speed, and with particular time. As so now, since it is traveling with certain velocity, so as time passes, you will see the distance is increasing, something like that, right? So now here S is nothing but distance, and the T indicates the time. And over here in the options, what you see is nothing but your velocity v. Velocity v is something given here, right? Now you have to use the, here all you have to do is, what is the most likely velocity of the particles among the given options? Now there are 4 options given to you. If you have to minimize using the sum squared error, how do you actually get this, right? So all you have to do is you have to use this SSC model to get this answer. And here, when you're using the SSC model, you will be using all these 4 options to get the things. So I would not recommend you to solve this particular questions right away because of lack of time, but I would like to discuss with you right away. Okay. So let me see first. Some of you have given answer, and most of you are telling answer as 2, and some of you are giving answer as 1.5. But let's see what is the answer. So how is this done? So you see this, what we did here was, since this was given to us, this S was given and this T was given. Okay, this S was given and this T was given. And now you see this VT was given. Now in these options, those 4 options you see here, A, B, C, and D, indicates V. Actually, these are V values. So how many V values do we have? There are 4 V values, right? So you see these are 4 V values and these are particular times. So you see this when you are finding this VT, because this is already given to us, right? When you substitute this 3 minus V times T. Now what is this V? V is this value. Let's say when V is 2.5. Now I'll just tell you how is this 4 we are getting here. Now S is 3. Substitute this 3 in this. Okay. Minus V is how much? 2.5. And what is the time? 2. 2 is nothing but 2.5 into 2 is nothing but 5. Right? So 3 minus 5 is what? 2 minus 2 minus 2 the whole square is nothing but 4. I hope you got this. Anybody struggling here?
Sir, how do we V is equal to 2.5, sir?
That
Yes,
is something given in the option.
This is 3.
Sorry,
Yes,
what?
sir. Actually, I got answer as 1.5. V is equal to 1.5. How do we get as 2.5, sir?
No,
we
how
are
did
just
you even
checking
get
now.
it as? You have to check it because all these things were already given, right? 2.5, 1.5, 2, and already this was already given. You had to find out the SSC value for each of them. Using those as the V value, you had to choose which is the SSC value for them. Once you get the SSC, then you choose whichever was giving you the less SSC value, that was the best fit, right? That is the actual V value. I mean, that will actually help you find out which is the V value, right? So from here, you see that SSC for this particular V value is the minimum. It's 16, right? Therefore,
no, sir, that is okay, sir. But actually, I'm confusing with that one, sir. V equal 2.5, 1.5, 2, and 1. How do we get that, sir? By solving the equation S minus VT, right, sir? So in the first equation, if we divide, then 3 minus V into 2, right, sir?
3 minus V.
V.
But what is V? Over here, the V is 2.5. Over here, the
2.
V is 1.5. Okay, so when you're solving this particular, let's say this column, when you're solving this, so for this particular column, you'll be using V as 2.5. And keep
Yes,
using this different time.
I'm clear in that, sir.
No.
My doubt
She's
is how
just
the
saying
V
that
will be
from where you get
2.5.
the
She's
V.
saying that
From where you get the V. This is the
where those
answer. We have
numbers
to
are
put
get.
that thing.
Okay, one person.
Are there in options? The equation, she is facing a problem. Madam, this V 2.5, V 1.5, V2, and V1 are the given options, and we are checking these options are right or not. So we are substituting V value
you understood
to check it.
Okay.
Great.
So from the
You
options
understood
only
that.
we have to assign,
Right,
assume,
right,
and we have to calculate these things. Okay.
Sir, one question further to this, sir.
Could you just show me the questions, please?
Sir, how
Thank you, sir.
How do you solve this question so fast, sir? Because people have already
No,
called
you
the correct-
cannot solve it fast.
Everyone has already called the correct answer too before you.
I think they I mean, maybe it's a luck or they might have the access for this because this particular question was even used in the previous solve with a slide. So
Yes,
in the
sir.
previous,
Okay,
so
sir.
this,
No, sir. Actually, this question can be solved very easily if you multiply.
Sir, we need
so
the
there are-
How
general
to be first for
observation.
4 and then it can be easily see. We can easily see that it is y value is something closer to the that predicted value. So we can just calculate it very easily.
you can actually say this as 1.5 because you see this 2 into 1.5 is nothing but 3. 4 into 1.5 is nothing but what? It's not 9, of course, but it's 6, right? So it's somewhat between these two, either 1.5 to 2. So that's why they might have guessed it that this
Yes, sir.
could be
Like
the
that
right
only we
option.
have considered.
Yeah. So even that is one way of thinking. Okay. So do not worry. I mean, that's okay. Okay. So it
Sir, the
cannot be
answers
just
comes
solve it
out
in
very
a
fast.
very. So this is
I
one
got
way. I
nervous.
mean, you got nervous. Don't worry about it. You will actually have to solve this and get the answer. Okay. So do not
Yeah,
get
sir.
nervous and
The
all.
response was
Just stick
very
on to
fast,
the
and
SSC.
I think that where I am.
No problem. No problem. Okay, I'll tell you one smartest way of doing the next.
Sir, what if the option is not given?
But options will
How
be
did we
definitely
get
given.
S minus VT whole squared?
Nice question. So you see this. I get it. You see this. How do you do this when you find this SSC value? SSC here S is what you see. This table was given, right? For different T, this S value was given. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Yes.
this S I can say as what? Let's say this is given data, right?
Yes, yes.
This S is something given to me, and using this VT, let's say my V was 2.5, and for this rest for different time when this is V is 2.5, I can get this S value because in equation it says no S is nothing but VT. So from
Yeah.
here I can say that okay, this is my predicted value, because when I use this equation, I get some values of S. So that is something I can say, okay, this is my predicted value, right? So the actual value minus the predicted value, the whole
Yeah.
square is nothing but your SSC.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Sir, just one doubt on this SSC, sir. Not necessarily that you need to answer, but sir, in this question, the S is equal to VT. Clearly, the equation was given. But will there be some questions like is a question possible where equation we have to get and then solve the problem? No, right?
It's not like that, but sometimes we will definitely give you a hint, like okay, what is the model equation? Because there
sir,
won't be
everyone speed is equal to distance upon time and all those things. Why everyone?
No. We will definitely give you. We will not expect you to remember these kind of formulas and all.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely will give you.
Sir, why VT is an expected value?
A predicted value, you can say, or like you can say that it's not an
Means,
expected value, but
why
it's
is
something
it
you're predicting.
variable? I'm just asking about that. Because
Because
S
you
is
see,
fixed.
S
T
is fixed and VT is varying. It's just because you don't have fixed V. V is something varying here, because in the 4 options, the V was something which was varying, isn't it? And you had to choose the
whatever
best
we
V.
have options as means we are searching for V, so that's why it is variable.
Right. So using those 4 options, you will calculate individually for this. So you will find individually for this SSC. Individually for second option, you will find the SSC. For third option, you will find SSC. For fourth option, you will find SSC. And then you will check which is giving me the least value. You will find this B equals to 2 is giving me the least value. And this is, so at this, you will find that what particular question was asked. Most likely velocity will be that at V. Okay.
Sir, should
So
we
that
make
is one.
table to calculate it?
That is actually easy. If you can make the table, then it is actually good.
It seems that, sir,
I mean,
in exam we have to give more time in this type of question, right?
Not required actually, and I don't think so. You will be given this easy question. You might be given somewhat like more trickier, not trickier, but I would say like, I mean, you will have to use your brain. I mean, that is something, I mean, you will be able to actually tell it like, okay, this is what it's going to be. For example, this particular question, you have this in your graded assignment, that Ruby problem. Ruby, something like this. Okay, maybe I have discussed this, so we can. You remember this question is there in a graded assignment?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Ruby
Yes,
is a
sir.
researcher.
Yes, sir.
Conductor.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We did it.
Okay. So there are some 5 models here. Now, will you find SSC for all this? So finding SSC for one model itself is a hectic task, right? Now you
Yes,
have 5 models.
Sir, here we can
Okay.
use the given information.
Here we will find only for 3 equations, negative equations.
Okay, but again,
Also,
let's see. Okay, just let's not
according to
discuss
the
this right
given
away.
question.
So
Sir, I am
let's try
having
to
a
solve this, and
question.
just a minute, I'll take up your question, but
Okay.
just a minute. Just let me discuss this question to all of you first of all. So I would like all of you to try out this question. So as if now I'm assuming that all of you can solve SSC, at least you know how to solve SSC. Okay, so that is something I'm assuming, and all various type of problems of SSC will involve what you will be given a model for sure. So if a model is given, all you have to do is just put it in a formula and get the answer. Now that is the thing, that is very straightforward, right? That's the easiest thing you can have. But I'm guaranteeing you one thing, that SSC is definitely coming for your exam, and that will not be so direct. Okay, so now you see this, there will be some kind of twist, some kind of data, and it may not be a linear fit, it might be a polynomial fit. Now here what you see is a model equation is of straight line, right? But it need not be, it can even be a quadratic, it can even be a polynomial, right? So you can have all these. So that's what I'm saying, pay attention to SSC. There is one question for sure in your exam. Okay, because you are eventually going to do a data set, right? I mean, and this is a very small part of it. Over here we are giving you a model, but eventually you will not be given a model, you will have to design a model thereafter. Okay, so you'll be using mathematical tools, some gradient descent and all that things. You require more maths there. So you will find your model
Even
by
calculus
yourself. In calculus and all. So you will do all that things later on in maths 1, and then you will go to maths 2, and you will find the model by yourself. So this is just a small part of it, and this has got its importance. So right now, pay attention to this, and let's do some quick or some understanding with the type of questions we get and how can we solve those particular questions. Okay, so let's say this question number 8. Here it says Miss Ruby is a researcher. She conducts research on the decay of the qualities of banana. She proposed 5 models. So again, a data is given to you here in this table and 5 models are given. Now what you should do, normal way of doing is, okay, use this data, use this y value, and here y value one equation is given for different x, you will find out SSC value and you will say, okay, my model 1 is right, or model 2 is fine, model 3 is fine, model 4 is fine, or model 5 is fine. Whichever gives you the least value, that is your SSC, or that is the best fit model, right? And those corresponding SSC is your SSC value. Well, this is what you will do, but this is kind of tedious task to do, because you see there are 5 models and these models are not very straightforward. When you substitute the value, you'll get some, some random answers. It's being expressed. Okay, so I want all of you to solve this particular question. So you see this Miss Ruby is a researcher. She conducts research on the decay quality of banana. She proposed 5 models. Okay, in these models, y indicates a quality factor or a decay factor. Okay, which is dependent on x number of days. So basically what is happening is, as you, let's say you took a banana, you kept it on a table and you're recording its decaying thing, that blackness thing you happen to see, right, in the bananas. So as the number of days passes, it starts decaying, right? So Ruby, what she does is she note that value in terms of y. Okay, and she plots it in this table, right? Now she came up with 5 models and she wants to choose which is the best model, which actually tells as the number of days increases, this y value decreases or let's say increases or whatsoever, right? So now you see this is what she has to do. But you see this, now I'm reading here, the value of y varies between 0 to 20. Okay, so that means when the value is 20 denotes that the fruit has no decay. That means when y is 20, right, when y is 20, there is no decay in the banana at all. Okay, so while formulating a model, she has to make sure that on 0th day the banana has no decay. So whenever she is choosing this model, or let's say while formulating the model, she has to make sure that on 0th day, that means when x is equals to 0, there is no decay in the banana. So when do you say there is no decay in the banana? When y is 20 or 0?
20.
20. Okay, so she has to make sure that when x is 0, y is 20, right? The quality factor or the decay factor y, so that is what y indicates, depends on the x number of day, which is shown in the table. Now what is the SSC value of the best fit model till 2 decimal places? That is something you have to answer here.
Sir,
now again, you know that
I have a question on this. Sir, the more days passes, the more it will decay. So it is better to take the higher value of x, right?
Higher value of x.
Am I right, sir? Yes, sir. Yes.
What do you mean by higher value? Positive value of with positive slope or negative slope?
Positive.
Positive slope. Okay, let's see whether it is going to be positive, negative or not. We can discuss that. But I want you to quickly tell me this. What is the SSC value for the best fit till 2 decimal places? If you are using all 5 models, then I would say like you are going in the wrong direction.
So we will find
M5, sir.
So where the y remains 20, that is
Yeah, M5.
Okay, we can just discuss that later. Okay,
So where the so can I answer?
just a minute. Maybe. So, are you really solving, or you are expecting me to give the answers? Do any of you solving, or waiting for me to give the answer, or like discuss this?
So
No, sir.
Sir,
Please
I solved, sir.
all the
So
Solved
discuss,
already.
so discuss
Just
would
2
be
minutes,
best.
sir.
Yes.
Solving.
Okay, okay. Just take a minute, and then we can discuss this.
Just take a minute. Sir, can I ask a question?
Hmm?
So
Sir,
ideally,
actually, there is a question. Means, if I just want to know
Go ahead. Go ahead.
0.5 and it is said that to be written as integer. So should I write 0 or 1?
Sorry, what?
Suppose I got a value as 0.25 and it is saying me to write it as integer. So I should write 0, right? Or I should use 1.
Integer value means you can just approximate to the nearest integer value and give the answer. What will be the nearest integer
he
value?
is asking round up or round down.
That's what, like round up you can do.
Round up. Also, in graded assignment question number 8, I think the question what is it asking is wrong. Maybe we have got the answer, but question is wrong.
What is the question?
Question number 8. Question number 8 of graded assignment. The
Which
statement
week?
is wrong, sir.
Which week?
Second week, sir.
What is the thing in that?
Suppose equation equal to 0 represents a straight line which is perpendicular to the line segment joining the points A 00 B 3P divides it at C in ratio m:1 where P M belongs to R. Find the value of P plus 4M. This one, question number 8.
So that is okay, no?
The question is right. I think
Okay,
you
maybe
got
we
it
can
wrong.
discuss that.
Question is right, I believe.
Can I say the answer, sir?
That is fine. No, you don't have to tell that. Okay. Over
Got the
here, let's
answer,
see
sir.
what are the. Okay. So the answer is
Sir,
8. Is it? I'll come to that.
No, sir. I got different.
But most of you are giving answer as it. What did you get the answer?
2, sir.
10, sir.
2, 10.
2.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what is the answer. So first of all, could someone tell me what is the approach? Maybe.
Sir, I checked y is equal to 0 for every equation. And
What's
for
your good
M3,
name? What is your
Hardeep,
good name?
sir.
First
Hardeep.
Hardeep. Okay, Hardeep, tell me what is your approach?
As we can see, sir, for y equal to 0, there is completely decayed. So I basically put y equal to 0 in every equation.
Okay.
And
Sir, I
for
put x is equal to 0.
for
In every
M3,
equation.
I got
Yes, sir.
for M,
Actually, I apply the concept with x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 20. I mean, the value given in the table. Then I solve the problem.
Yes.
Then you would get 3 models, M1, M2, and M5.
Yes, sir. But I chose model 5 because it is 20. And she wants to ensure that on the day 20, the fruit has no decay.
Right.
So if we solve the above 5 models, we will get only one model with equal to 20. That is y minus 3x plus 20. So y is equal
Why
to
not
20.
use M2 and M1?
Because if you see table, sir, the x value is increasing and y value is decreasing.
Nice.
It's
Yes,
that
yes,
it's negative slope.
yes, you're right.
So we will be considering only the 3 equations, M3, M4.
So what's your good name?
Care
What's
about
your good
M1
name?
and M2. My name is Algebraic Deepa, sir.
Okay, yeah. So can I call you Deepa?
Yes, sir, Deepa.
Okay, all right. So you see this, what you're telling is perfectly right. Yes, your approach is definitely right. So I'll Deepa do it. So you see this,
Okay, sir,
look at
thank
this value. Look at this value as x increasing. What is happening to your y value? Is it increasing or decreasing? As x increases,
Decreasing.
what is happening to your y?
Decreasing.
Decreasing. So if that is happening, what could be the possible slope of this model then? Negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative. Then by default, can I say this M1 and M2 cannot be this model?
Yes. Cannot.
So I discarded this M1 and M2. Now let's go to M3. It says what? That Ruby has to make sure that when x is 0, right? when x is 0, y should be 20. Right? On 0th day, the banana has no decay. That means on 0th day, that means on 0th, the y value must be 20, because on the 20, when y is 20, that indicates it has no decay, right? That is what something she has to make sure. She has to make sure that on 0th day, the banana has no decay, right? So when x is 0, look at this M3. When x is 0, what is your y value? 15. That means it has got some decay. So she cannot use this model. Likewise, she cannot use M4. But look at M5. When x is 0, she gets this 20. So now we can say that M5 is the best model as of now. But what is the SSE value? That is something else. So you will not use any of these models, that is M1, M2, M3, M4. You will not use them, but you will just use M5 to get the answer. And that is something done here.
Sir, can you repeat it, sir? We didn't get the
So,
idea.
M1 and M2, where we.
I will repeat this,
It's
but I'll mute
really
you.
helpful, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll mute you all first. So look at this. So I started with saying that as x increases, what is happening to your y value? So as x increases, y value is decreasing. That means the slope must be negative as per this data. This is what intention you can make, right? As x is increasing, y is decreasing. That means the slope must be negative, right? So if slope is negative, then certainly M1 and M2 cannot be the option. So M1 and M2 are wrong. You try to find out SSE, you will get very large value. You do it. Okay, you try to do it. You will get a very large value when you're using M1 and M2. But just at looking at data, you can say that, yeah, my M1 and M2 cannot be this. It's just because the slope has to be negative. But look at this, its slope is 1, and here the slope is 1.5, and those are positive. So M1 and M2 cannot be the model at all. Also, Ruby has to make sure that when x is 0, y must be 20. Right? So for which value do you get that? When x is 0, are you getting y equals to 20 for M3? No. Similarly, you don't get it for M4, but you get it for M5. When x is 0, you get it 20. So I can, based on these information, I can say that only M5 is the best SSE value. Now, once we know this, what we do? We find out SSE. That's all. Okay. So now, having known this, it's the same thing what I have told. It's the same thing written here. You can read this later on. Now, all we did was we found this SSE using C. What are we doing? We are finding this SSE model of M5. You're basically doing this sum squared error with using M5 model. So when you do this, you get this something like this. That is y minus 3x plus 20 the whole square. And when you substitute this, you get answer as 10. I hope, did anybody get answer as 10? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
I got it, sir.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Okay, tell me. Yes.
Sir, that is not necessary that first point should be on the line. Maybe other than first point, all other lane are on the line, or other points are on the lane. Then that model will be the best fit now, sir.
Exactly. That is perfectly right. But
here we are
see, I'm telling
assuming
you one thing.
first point is on.
But look at the data. Even if you see the first point, right? Even if you choose that way, you will always get it in a, because you see this, so the first point will fit in, but as the other x value increases, the sum squared error will be very, very large, right? And therefore your SSE value will become a significantly large value. Even though with the first point you would say that, okay, fine, the first point I got somewhat lesser value, but looking at this trend in data, you can actually say that yes, the error is actually going to be very large when I choose this model. And you certainly try to solve this with model of M1 and M2. You see that you will get a very large value compared to model M5. So, but one way
I
of
understood
looking at the
M1
data
and M2, sir.
Mhm.
I understood M1 and M2 it's not best fit, but it's always better to find SSC for all M3, M4, M5, sir.
No, it is not good here, because you see this, there are conditions given in the questions. You see this in condition, it says that on 0th day, Ruby has to make sure that there is no decay. when
Then
which value of y
five
indicates
one,
there is no
sir.
decrease.
Sir,
Right? In
suppose
Python.
that
M1
code there is no such condition, then we have to go through all the.
Then you will have to work it out. Yes.
Sir,
Sir,
but M3 value, sir, but M3 is showing me value.
Yes, sir.
M3?
M3 is smaller than M5.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
that is not the right model. That is intentionally given so that you can do error. You know this.
Sir, one question, sir. In the solution, you first looked at the values of x and y, 4, 5, 6, 7. So x increases, y decreases. Sir, you had earlier said in the exam maybe it will be quadratic or polynomial. So that time also we can follow this approach.
You have slightly different approach there. You cannot do this way, but slightly different way. Maybe you will encounter as you are going through.
Basically, what I'm asking, sir, like there will be a situation where this x and y values that is given on the right hand side will be x square values and y square values. That way is also possible.
Possible, but it again depends on the particular question.
That time, like this approach will work, or we have to.
It will not work in that case, basically, because over there, maybe you will. Yeah, over there it will be a different scenario.
Elimination will be better.
Elimination will be difficult, and elimination you cannot do it over there. This is like very unique question wherein you can actually perform elimination thing and use the right word. Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
But
I
for
have a
those particular questions, like as you go for the higher models, let's say quadratic, polynomial, or like logarithmic or exponential, and you perform SSE, you would found that it doesn't work just like that. You have different approaches, which eventually you will learn it. Okay. Tell me, what is your doubt?
Sir, in M4 and M5, if I have equation with the C as 20, then only my slope is differing.
Okay.
So in that case, I would have to compute the SSE, right? So that's a little confusing.
Yes. In that case, you will have to.
Okay. But I think the point which you told is very good, because yesterday I asked in one of the sessions and I didn't get a proper answer for that, because computing all the SSEs is like a laborious task.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the first one, I mean, yeah, certainly, right. It's just that you don't require to do it. In fact,
actually, I did for everything for the graded assignment. I did because I didn't get a hint. I mean, yesterday when I asked the question, I was set to solve all the SSEs. So I think this tip is very good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So I think
then the table there will be always x value increasing or decreasing.
You can see this, or it may not, because here intentionally this was given so that you can actually choose which model is good. Okay. It is not going to be always this nicer value where you will see some decreasing values, but overall trend you can see, like
at that time we have to find all the SSD.
But you can still figure out, and maybe you will not be given like this in that point of time or something. Okay. So no worries, some or the other things, by looking at the data you can make some understandings, and as you are doing further with the higher models as well, you will see that there is something you will come across which will be certainly helpful. This is one way of understanding which is the best data and all. Okay, so I think this is all I had to discuss for today. Thank you all.
Sir, can you show the answers, please?
The answer is 10.
Can you just check your messages? I have messaged you something.
So slide before that, sir. Slide before. For 39th slide.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Sir, may I ask you one thing, sir?
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
the link was given in this group in WhatsApp. Is it reliable, sir? Can we join in that group? Or...
I mean, I would not suggest you. I don't know, because somebody is spanning out. So I would suggest not to join.
So,
there is
sir,
a
can I
Telegram link,
request you by next class? Can you please provide the link, sir, to join in the WhatsApp group?
These are some unofficial, unofficially some students have created groups like this, and it's just that
there are no groups.
There are no
like
officials. WhatsApp group is practically impossible.
Okay.
It has
I think there is a Telegram group or something.
You can join the Telegram group. It has 2,000 to 3,000.
Sir,
Even that link I don't have, sir.
As far as I know, there is only one official Telegram group which is of computational thinking. That's all.
So there is no separate for math.
Sir, can you show the 39th slide, sir?
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, okay, I'll just show you this and.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Sir, I'm not getting this PPT on the portal. Can you show me?
This thing. This I'll share. I did not share it with you, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Sir, I'm not getting week one also. You told me that there should be available. I found many times, but I'm not getting. Can you show me once?
I'll sure.
Sir, one thing I want to ask you.
Just a minute. I'll just show him that you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
You see
Yes, sir.
resources from instructor here. And you see here, solve with us activity using periodic or live session slides. You can see here, click here to download and you can complete it.
Sir, my question was computational thinking course has a on-demand session and math is planning to go into organize on-demand session.
We don't have it, but we will have somewhat like have it on demand session, I guess.
So just a small
Excuse me,
doubt,
sir.
Hmm.
If we have 2 points, sir, of a line, I have to
Okay.
find the third point. What is the best possible way, sir?
If you want to find out the third point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what? I mean, you have the equation. If you have the 2 point, you have the equation of a line.
Okay, I can frame an equation using slope, right, sir?
There's going to be some line.
Yeah, you can do that. I think we had the first question like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so now I'll just go to quickly this maybe not week 3 but week 2, right? Yeah, so week 2 graded assignment question. So I'll just take you through that slides maybe, and let me see. I mean, if there are any ambiguity which you are facing, you can just ask me.
Of the
Sir, question number 8.
Line right here. So
I'll come to
warn
that.
you right now. It's going to be a
So you
lot
see
of
this, this is something
Most of
we'll
it carry
discuss
out.
and we can.
And then we're actually going to have to do a little bit of calculus near the end. We're going to do a few partial.
Excuse me, sir.
But sir, what if 2 points are not collinear? So how can you find the third point using 2 points?
Two points are always collinear.
No,
Hello?
I'm telling about the 2
Am
points,
I
not
audible?
2 different lines.
Sir, you're not audible.
Okay, yeah. Am I audible now?
This eighth one.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
Am I
sir.
audible
it
now?
is not
Yes, sir.
I guess. The reason I said in a private chat, I have messaged you. You can check the reason.
I just let
Because
me
I
repeat
don't know
this.
if I'm right.
Suppose the equation this represents a straight line which is perpendicular to the line segment joining the point this, which divides this in the ratio m is to 1, where p and m is a real number. Find the value of p plus 4m. Yeah, this is right.
Is this right? Means I actually
Yes, sir,
stated one
even
of
I
the
got answer.
reason. Can you just check your message, please? Maybe I am wrong. If I am wrong, then I will accept. But if not, please let me know.
Can you please give some hint or clue to solve this question, sir?
That thing I'll give after the deadline is over.
Basically, that comma part, after comma, divides it at C. So that part, that's why I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, even same. Actually, once we will have ratio, otherwise we will have a coordinate, then we will able to find out the things. But here both are
Suppose
not
the
given.
equation this represents a straight line which is perpendicular to the line segment this and this. Okay.
I have
Divides.
completed this question without any cause.
Just one little question. Can an equation that equation represents an infinite line, right? So can we divide an infinite line? That is the main question that I want to ask.
Sir, I think there is a YouTube link regarding this question recently received. I mean today.
YouTube link regarding this question.
Yes, yes, sir. It was explained in that question. I mean, it was from IITM BSc some. Just a minute. Can I share the link,
BSc
sir?
student.
Okay, so I think there is somebody who has actually created some kind of,
Yeah, they
yeah,
are
yeah.
having a community on YouTube.
Okay, I get it. So you don't have to, actually this question is fine.
Hello, am I?
I'll just mute
Yes,
it.
sir. The question is fine.
The question is
Yeah.
fine, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah.
I solved it actually. But thinking the other way around.
Just think more about this. I think it's doable. Okay. So I think we can end our session now.
Excuse me,
Okay.
sir. I have a
I got
doubt.
the answer. Maybe right or wrong, I don't know.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a doubt from week 1 activity assignment number 2, question 6. Can you please solve it for me?
Okay. So maybe this I'll take as a last question and then we can just wind up our session. Okay.
Okay,
You can
sir.
see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So which question? Activity?
So the second activity assignment, question number
1.2.
6. Yes, sir. Sir, from mathematics 2.
Mathematics 2. This is maths 1 going on here. Hello.
Yes, sir.
From mathematics 2 or mathematics 1?
So from mathematics 2.
So this is maths 1.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Sure,
No
sir.
problem. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question regarding qualifier exam, sir. Will we
Tell me.
get rough sheets in the exam, sir?
Yes, you will get abundant of them. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right, then we can end our session now. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you,
Good
sir.
night, sir.
Sir, can you kindly
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
share the PPT?
Thank you, sir.
Sure,
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
do it. Yeah. Thank you all.
Kindly share the